So, good morning, students. So, today I am going to discuss about quadrilaterals. So, this is the most important chapter in 8th class, 8th CBSE, class 8. What is the chapter name is quadrilaterals. So, first of all, what is meant by quadrilateral? Quadra means 4. Laterals means if quadrilateral can be divided into quadra and laterals. Quadra means 4, laterals means sides. Quadra means 4 and laterals means sides. So now what is meant by quadrilateral? 4 sides, not a 4 sides. It is a closed figure, closed figure, closed figure formed by how many? How many? 4 line segments. Line segments. So here you can see a closed figure formed by 4 line segments. 4 line segments. Suppose example here you can see how many are there? So A, B, C, D. So that means this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 line segments are there. 4 line segments are there. Then it's a quadrilateral. So then comes to one more. You know very well. So this one is also quadrilateral. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is also a quadrilateral. Whatever it may be, you can draw anything, no problem. So this one is also a quadrilateral. Why? Because here you are using 1, 2, 3, 4 sides are. Then this one is also a quadrilateral, no problem. So a closed figure, it must be closed. It must be a closed figure. A closed figure formed by 4 line segments, then it is called as a closed figure formed by 4 line segments, then it is called as a quadrilateral. Quadrilateral. Now, how many types of quadrilaterals are there? So before going to that quadrilateral, here I am going to discuss few things. So here you can draw a quadrilateral A, B, C, D. Here how many sides are there? Sides. How many sides are there? 4 sides. So that sides are AB, BC, CD and AD are the sides. 4 sides are there. Arima. And then after that, how many angles are there? How many angles are there? Angle A, angle B, angle C, and angle D. Then how many diagonals are there? Diagonals. What is meant by diagonal? A diagonal is a line segments which joins the non-adjacent vertices. Non-adjacent vertices. 2 diagonals. How many diagonals? 2. AC and BD. AC and BD are the 2 diagonals. AC and BD are the 2 diagonals. Then anything is required. So sides completed, angles completed, and the diagonals completed. Then how many types of quadrilaterals are there? Here you can see one. First of all, quadrilateral. I am going to construct a flow chart. Quadrilateral. From these quadrilaterals, in this, so this one is parallelogram. Parallelogram. Again, parallelogram can be divided into rhombus, square, rectangle, here kite, a kite, and then arrowhead. Arrowhead. This one is trapezium, isosceles trapezium. Isosceles trapezium. Trapezium and the isosceles trapezium. This is the flow chart of the quadrilateral. First of all, quadrilateral. So these are all shapes. Whatever may be square, rhombus, rectangle, and parallelogram, kite, arrowhead, trapezium, isosceles trapezium. These all are quadrilaterals. Different types of quadrilaterals. Based on their properties, we are giving some specific name. So first of all, I am going to discuss about trapezium. So trapezium. Trapezium. Now, what is meant by trapezium? In a quadrilateral, first of all, it must be a quadrilateral. In a quadrilateral, only two pair of parallel sides. Only pair of parallel sides. Only how many pair of parallel sides are there? Only one pair. Here you can observe the adjacent diagram. Here the following diagram shows A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. So in this, these two A, B and C, D, A, B and DC are the parallel sides. A, B and DC are the parallel sides. So the remaining two sides are non-parallel sides. Why? Because suppose you are extending like this, so then these two are intersecting now. So that's why this is a trapezium. Only one pair of parallel sides. In a quadrilateral, only one pair of parallel sides are there. Then it is called as a trapezium. Then what is the area of trapezium? Area of trapezium is equals to half into height into A plus B. Here A and B are, so this one is A, this side is A and B. So A and B are the parallel sides. A and B are representing, A comma B are parallel sides. A comma B are representing the parallel sides. Is it clear? Now comes to the isosceles trapezium. So in a trapezium, in a quadrilateral, so here you can write in a quadrilateral, one pair of parallel sides, and non-parallel sides are equal. Non-parallel sides are equal. So that means, so first of all, you construct a trapezium like previous diagram. So this is A, B, C, D. So this one is 5, this one is 10, this one is 6, and this one is 6 centimeters. Here also centimeters here. So here you can see. So non-parallel sides. These two are non-parallel sides. What is that? AB and BC are non-parallel sides. Here you can write AB equals to BC. And AB parallel to DC. Then these type of quadrilaterals are called as isosceles trapezium. Then comes to the next one. Comes to the next part, parallelogram. So next one is parallelogram. So in this parallelogram, how many pair of parallel sides are there? Two pair of parallel sides are there. A, B, C, D. In a quadrilateral, in previous trapezium, only one pair of parallel sides are there. In a trapezium, only one pair of parallel sides are there. In parallelogram, how many pairs? Two pairs of parallel sides are there. These symbols represents. So here you can write AB parallel to DC, AB parallel to DC, and then similarly AD parallel to DC. AD parallel to DC. How many parallel sides are there? Two pair of parallel sides are there. Then these quadrilaterals are called as parallelograms. These quadrilaterals are called as parallelograms. Now comes to the properties of a parallel. Properties. Now first one is opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal means AB equals to DC and AB equals to DC and AD equals to DC. AD equals to DC. And second one is opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. That means angle A is equals to angle C and angle B is equals to angle D. Angle B equals to angle D. Next comes to the third property. Property number 3. Property number 3. Sum of diagonals bisects each other. Diagonals bisects each other. So that means diagonals bisects each other. Is it clear? That means OA is equals to OC, OD is equals to OD is equals to OB. OD is equals to OB. Next to fourth property number. Sum of adjacent angles. Sum of adjacent angles is equals to 180. Sum of adjacent angles equals to 180. For example, angle A plus angle B is equals to 180. Angle B plus angle C is equals to 180. Angle C plus angle D equals to 180. Sum of adjacent angles equals to 180. Here you can see the properties of parallelogram. Opposite sides are equal. Opposite angles are equal. And then diagonals bisects each other. Diagonals bisects each other. And then fourth one, the sum of adjacent angles equals to 180 degrees. The sum of adjacent angles equals to 180 degrees. Then comes to the second one. What is the second one? Parallelogram completed. Next one, a rectangle. Already you know few of the properties from this. So I want to give clarification on this parallelogram. So first of all, you construct a rectangle. Here ABCD is a rectangle, yes. So what I mean, a quadrilateral having same like this in a parallelogram. Already here you can see. So two pair of parallel sides are there. Yes, two pair of parallel sides are there. It comes to the properties you know very well. This one is a rectangle. Each angle is 90 degrees. What is the properties of rectangle? So first one is opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal. And then second one, all angles are right angles. Third one is diagonals bisects each other. Diagonals bisects each other. And diagonals bisects each other. And then fourth one. So is there any other properties there? So diagonals bisects each other. All angles are 90 degrees. Okay, this is enough. Now, what is the difference between rectangle and the parallelogram? Both are equal now. In a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. I mean, here also you can write fourth property. Opposite angles also equal. Angles are equal. Here you can write, I mean, here you can observe the properties. In a parallelogram, now I am comparing the parallelograms. So, in a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. In a rectangle, also opposite sides are equal. In a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. In a rectangle, opposite angles are equal. Third one, in a parallelogram, diagonals bisect each other. In a rectangle, also diagonals bisect each other. So then what is the major difference between parallelogram and rectangle? What is the major difference between parallelogram and rectangle? So there is only one difference, that is, in a rectangle all angles are right angles, but in a parallelogram all angles are not a right angles. That is a major difference. In a rectangle all angles are right angles. In a parallelogram all angles are not a right angles. Is it clear? That is the only main difference. Remaining all properties are same. Only one difference. Right angles in rectangles are there. So in parallelogram, right angles not there. And then after that, you know very well. Next one, rhombus. Next one is rhombus. Now comes to the rhombus. It is shaped like this. So here you can observe ABCD is a rhombus. ABCD is a rhombus. So comes to the properties of rhombus. Properties comes to the properties. Here simply you can say one statement. In a parallelogram, diagonals bisect perpendicular, and all sides are equal. Then that is called as a rhombus. So here you can see adjacent sides are equal, and then all sides are equal. First property is all sides are equal. All sides are equal. All sides are equal. Second one, opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. And then third one is diagonals bisects. Diagonals bisects perpendicular. Diagonals bisects perpendicular. That means here what is the angle? 90 degrees. Diagonals bisects perpendicular. And then fourth one is all sides are equal. Diagonals bisects perpendicular. Okay. And then opposite sides also equal. Opposite sides also equal. So here also same properties like a parallelogram. What is the definition of rhombus? In a parallelogram, all sides are equal and then diagonals bisects perpendicular. Then those angles are called as, those parallelograms are called as rhombus. Those parallelograms are called as rhombus. Now what are the properties of rhombus? All sides are equal. All sides are equal and opposite angles are equal. Diagonals bisects perpendicular. Diagonals bisects perpendicular, and then opposite sides also equal. These are the properties of rhombus. Next comes to the, very well. Next one is square. Next one is square. So that means what is meant by a square? You know very well. I think well-known shape this one is. So you can assume it as ABCD is a square. In a square, all sides are equal, and then all angles are right angles, and then diagonals bisects each other. Diagonals bisects each other. Now here you can write the properties of square. Here you can write opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal. And then second one, all angles are equal. All angles are right angles. Right angles. Nothing but opposite angles are equal. Third one, diagonals bisect each other. Diagonals bisects each other. Diagonals bisects each other. Is it clear? Now, what is it? These are these properties of same like a rhombus only. Na? In a rhombus, all sides are equal. So, in a square, all sides are equal. So, and here also diagonals bisects perpendicular. No problem. Here also diagonals bisects perpendicular. The diagonals also bisects perpendicular. Then, what is the difference between rhombus and square? In a rhombus, there is no right angles. There is no right angles. In a square, all angles are right angles. That is a major difference. Remaining all properties are same. Remaining all properties are same. Only one common difference. Only one difference is there. So remaining properties are same. What is that difference? In a square, all are right angles. All angles are right angles. But in a rhombus, all angles are not a right angles. All angles are not a right angles. Is it clear, students? Rhombus is clear. Sorry, square is clear. Now comes to the height. Well, now what is meant by height? In a parallelogram, adjacent sides are equal and then diagonals bisects perpendicular. Adjacent sides are equal and then diagonals bisects perpendicular. Then it is called as a kite. So now write the properties of kite. Properties of kite. What is the properties of kite? First one, adjacent sides are equal. Adjacent sides are equal. Adjacent sides are equal. Now, what are the adjacent? AB equals to BC, and then AC is equals to CD. These two are adjacent, and these two are adjacent. These two are adjacent, and these two are adjacent. Next comes to the second property: diagonals bisects perpendicular. Now, what is the difference between square and this one? Say, in a square, all sides are equal. In a square, all sides are equal. In this one, so in this one, here also you can write opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. So, and then diagonals bisects perpendicular. So now, what is the difference between? I mean, what is the difference between this one kite and the square or rhombus, whatever it may be? In a rhombus also diagonals bisects perpendicular. In a rhombus also diagonals bisects perpendicular. In a rhombus adjacent sides also equal. But what is the difference between rhombus and kite? In a rhombus all sides are equal. In a kite adjacent sides only equal. Adjacent sides only equal. That is the main difference. Remaining all properties are same from the rhombus. Is it clear? Only one difference is there. That difference is here in a kite adjacent sides are equal. In a kite adjacent sides are equal. In a rhombus all sides are equal. That is a major difference. Next one comes to the arrowhead. What is meant by arrowhead? So this one is look like this one. Now what is meant by arrowhead? This one is look like this one. Now here also adjacent sides are equal and one of the angle is more than 180 degrees. One of the angle is reflex angle. So here you can write adjacent sides are equal. Adjacent sides are equal. And then second property is one of the angle is reflex or more than 180 degrees. More than 180 degrees. One of the angle is more than 180 degrees. Then those quadrilaterals are called as So arrowheads. Here you can see this is convex polygon or concave polygon. Convex polygon or concave polygon? Concave polygon. Why? Because one of the angles is more than 90 degrees, more than 180 degrees. Then those polygons are called as concave polygons. Now comes to the. Now are we clear about these quadrilaterals, shapes and their properties? Is it clear? Yes, very nice. I am going to explain two things. First one is convex polygon. What is meant by convex polygon? Suppose you can construct a diagram like this. Convex polygon. Suppose you can join, you can construct the diagonals. How many are possible? You can construct that many. So that all the diagonals should be interior of the polygon. Interior of the polygon. Then those polygons are called as convex polygons. Suppose here you can construct one more thing. You can construct a pentagon. So here you are able to possible to construct 3 diagonals or 4 diagonals, no problem. 4, 5 diagonals. Okay, 5 diagonals. Then these all the diagonals should be interior of this polygon. These diagonals should be interior of this polygon. Then those polygons are called as convex polygons. Convex polygons. Then comes to the concave polygons. Concave polygons. Suppose same problem. If you can construct the, you can join all the diagonals of this. Suppose you can take arrowhead, no problem. So A, B, C, D is a polygon. I mean A, B, C, D. So here you can join all the diagonals. This is one diagonal, and this one is second one, and this one is third one, and this one is fourth one. Here you can observe this diagonal is exterior of the polygon. This diagonal is, that means BC is exterior of the polygon. Exterior of the polygon. Then this polygon is called as concave polygon. Otherwise, here you can see one of the angle is this angle is one of the angle is reflex angle. One of the angle is reflex angle. Then those polygons are called as concave polygons. Is it clear? Now comes to the next one, diagonal. Now, what is meant by a diagonal? Diagonal is a line segment. It is a line segment. It joins. It is a line segment. Line segment which joins non-adjacent vertices. Non-adjacent vertices. Then that is called as a diagonal. Suppose, for example, you can construct a rectangular or square, whatever it may be. You can observe this one as ABCD. So AC is a non-adjacent and BD is also non-adjacent vertices. So then number of diagonals are So that's equals to n into n minus 3 by 2. Suppose, for example, find the number of diagonals for the triangle. Find the diagonals for the triangle. So here n represents n equals to number of sides of a polygon. Number of sides of a polygon. Is it clear? So this is about diagonal. So in this class we have completed our introduction part of these quadrilaterals. So what is that? So what is meant by quadrilateral? How many types of quadrilaterals are there? And then what are the properties of that quadrilaterals? And then number of diagonals, how many convex polygon and concave polygon. So based on the number of sides, the polygon names can be divided. So if it is a polygon having 3 sides, then it is called as a triangle. A polygon having 4 sides, then it is called as a quadrilateral. The number of sides of a quadrilateral is 5, then it is called as a pentagon like this. So many are there up to 10 number. If a diagonal, if a quadrilateral having, sorry, if a polygon having 10 sides, then it is called as a decagon like this. Once you see your observe your textbooks, if you have any doubts, same as is, you can post to my WhatsApp number. So 9491 654 321. Okay, thank you, students.